You found yourself trapped in what scientists call a beer-nado. The only way to escape is by drinking all the beer out of it.
I mean, that makes sense to me. And then the business guy states that his intention is to steal the boat, money, and meat, but the captain says,
I don't think so.
And shoots him in the leg. The business guy doesn't shoot back, though, because maybe honor? Foggy glasses? And his bloody leg presumably attracts a shark that eats him. And then the rest of the crew is eaten, even though they weren't bleeding. They were just there. So did the shot in the leg really do anything? Were the sharks like attracted by the noise? Are they like dune sandworms? This movie is already asking some very profound questions about sharks. Then we cut to a bar where what Wikipedia calls a barmaid named Nova, which is not at all aquatic, sort of not quite flirts with what Wikipedia calls a drunk man named George. He tries to grab her butt and stuff, as one does, as we all do, as everyone has done ever since the beginning of time and will do forever, but notices some scars in the exact shape of a bite mark. She got shark butt. A shark stamp, a tramp shark. Finn says he wants to save them from the impending storm, but Tara says they're 100 miles from the water, and he's like, you're exactly 6.6 miles from the ocean. And she's like, what do you want from me, a terror? Also, it's called Beverly Hills. I'll be fine. Rip drunk. We'll always remember how non-sober you were and how that was your entire personality. The house kind of floods and is filled with sharks, but nobody bothers to go more than like maybe halfway up the stairs. So the shark battle results in a lot of blood and gore and a tasteful menstrual joke.
Looks like it's that time of the month.
They decide to go to, flight school to pick up Matt, and Finn causes a distraction so they can run to the car. Will Finn make it? Yes, because he popped up out of the flower bed. Where did he come from? Anyway, now they're driving and the house collapses because, well, sharks. They're like the termites of the sea. Who doesn't have rappel gear in the Jeep at all times next to the shotgun ammo and tackle box full of Magnum condoms for emergencies, just like this one? And to clarify, only the rappel gear is for the kids. The other stuff is for it's for a different emergency, okay? He doesn't need the... Matt also hits on Nova, so we're clearly building towards a family foursome while Sharknado's exploded in the background, and I am here for it.
I came for you first.
Not hard enough.
And oh, look at that, Nova was in there. And I guess she survives. And speaking of menstrual jokes, tell me this doesn't look like the world's best MaxiPad commercial.
New 4-wall protection from Stay Free. Superior protection against leaks.
April signs her name right over the words, though, because she's a celebrity now. She doesn't give a shit. She'll sign your damn baby with poison lead if she wants to. Just once, I'd like to be a shitty screaming extra in a disaster movie. Dave, make me a disaster movie so I can be a shitty screaming extra in it. Shows up and kisses him on the mouth. Wow. He kind of says, hey, I'm still with my wife again, or whatever.
I'm with April. We're divorced.
And Sky's like, ah, damn. But also, she's with the brother-in-law inexplicably? How is this spending quality time with your son if you've also brought two other random adults? As of this recording, it's possible I just don't understand father-son bonding, but my son's due date is February 13th, so maybe I'll do a follow-up video to show how we bond and or kill sharks together. Sky and Finn exposit some of their shared history, and it sounds like they didn't end up together because Sky's dad was racist against white people? That's...
And my daddy didn't love you.
Sky and Finn run downstairs, but oh no, it's now flooding downstairs. So the sugars start running upstairs. But confusingly, it's not like the streets outside the hotel are flooding. It's just that the hotel is apparently airtight and the water isn't leaking out the door. So if they just opened the door, they'd be 100% fine.
They're sharks, they're scary. No one wants to get eaten.
Then he chainsaws a random shark. He and Sky run up to the top of the tower alone, but things get rough.
Oh, shoot.
and April shows up with a makeshift saw blade hand to run interference, which, how dare you stand where he stood. Sky heads to the Freon tanks and reconnects some wires or something because I guess she's a Freon tank expert. What the hell is she doing and how does she know how to do it? I don't know. New Yorkers combat all the falling sharks with whatever random crap they have on hand. Now, technically, sharks can only survive out of water for like 5 minutes, and that's assuming they also survive dropping over 1,000 feet from the sky, but what's the fun of waiting inside until it stops raining sharks? Instead, New Yorkers pull such big-brained battle tricks as hucking live chainsaws into a tornado, and I know that I suggested that in the last movie, but those were very different circumstances. In this circumstances, what happens when the tornado ends? There are a lot of people on the street about to get chainsaws dropped all over them. Even worse, what if a shark grabs a chainsaw and then goes on a rampage? You've armed the sharks, you lunatic! Also, hey Lou Ferrigno. Not one to be left out, the mayor of New York City is also at this party and awards Finn a functional golden chainsaw because, well, the writers are already pretty much out of ideas. Good thing we're not even halfway through this damn series. And reveals that sharks live in the sky now and eat birds, and they learn to breathe outside of water, proving that any fish that suffocated on land prior to this movie are wimps. The Sharknado has finally hit Universal Orlando Resort and drops a couple sharks down a water slide. Somehow, this forces April to turn her clearly just a black glove on a functional and present hand into... While they battle these unexpected sharks, the rest of Universal Orlando Resort is entirely unfazed. After all, this is the studio that brought us Jaws. Unfortunately, there's only room on the fighter for 2, and Frankie Muniz is the least sexy of the 3, so he stays behind to get all his limbs bit off. Caleb is dead. And self-destruct the van to buy time. I mean, the sharks are falling from the sky, but it can never hurt to blow shit up. To me, it sounds like a lot of
Sharknado haboo.
But they convince him to help, and they head to NASA, which has apparently been just massacred by budget cuts. The place looks less high-tech than my college dorm common area.
How about that?
Nova hops in a fighter jet, and I am losing track of the plot again.
Just clearing the path.
Oh, okay, she shoots a hole in the Sharknado so they can get through with the shuttle. Obviously. Oh, Hasseldad ended up on the moon, by the way, and April gets smashed by flying debris. Or does she? Keep watching to find out.